The rate of data creation is rarely constant. Whether your organization sees seasonal spikes, or if a new feature or product line is producing huge increases in activity, Sumo Logic can meet the needs of your organization. Part of managing spikes in activity is slowing the rate of ingestion when the instance exceeds the configured maximum ingest rate, known as throttling. In this video, we will explain the throttling process through the Sumo Logic service and how to get the best performance. Throttling works very much like a funnel. The three main pieces involved in the funnel are rate of ingest, quota, and the burst rate. At the bottom of the funnel is the account's burst rate. This is the maximum rate that you can send data through the account without the risk of being throttled. The top part of the funnel represents the quota. If you go over your burst rate, Sumo Logic doesn't throttle you immediately. You'll have leeway as the top part begins to fill up with data. If your rate of ingest is still equal to or less than your burst rate, your data is going to fall right through, like water in a funnel, and you won't encounter any problems. If the rate of ingest is larger than what your burst rate is going to allow, then the top part of the funnel is going to fill up. As long as this funnel is still filling up, you're not going to get throttled. But once you get to the top, where the quota is maxed out, if the rate of ingestion is still bigger than your burst rate, and is now going to cause your funnel to overflow, this is when throttling will start to occur. Throttling is not related to the volume of data being ingested, but rather the data rate for an account. An account can be throttled when it exceeds a given multiplier of the per-minute ingestion rate, even while being within the provisioned data volume for the account. The multiplier for the per-day average ingestion total varies based on the account size. Let's take an example of a 10 GB per day account. The average per-minute rate is approximately 7.1 megabytes, which is 10 gigabytes divided by 24 hours over 60 minutes. Throttling kicks in when the rate of ingestion exceeds a specific multiplier of the per-minute rate, a 10 times multiplier for smaller accounts, and a 4 times multiplier for bigger accounts. For instance, the multiplier in this 10 GB per day account would be 10, and throttling would be triggered when the per-minute ingestion rate exceeds 71.11 megabytes per minute. Throttling is enabled across all collectors in an account. Sumo Logic measures the amount of data already committed to uploading against the number of previous requests and available resources, the quota, in an account. In other words, Sumo Logic compares the current ingestion with the rate of ingest using a per-minute rate that can be derived from the contracted daily gigabytes per day rate. Throttling protects you from sudden and unexpectedly large increases in volume, which could result in your account using on-demand capacity, as well as lead to performance problems. Here are some quick ways to avoid getting throttled. First, set up the Data Volume Index and the Data Volume app to monitor the amount of ingest per collector. Then, set up the Audit Index to check to see if you've been throttled. When the Audit Index is enabled, you can set up a scheduled search to send an alert when throttling occurs. We hope this video has helped you learn more about how throttling works in Sumo Logic. Thanks for joining us.